Hello and welcome. My name is Philip. This is DayGrid. Today we're going to be looking at the time setup, how you can adjust and modify that, and what a lot of the settings are going to do and how they might impact things that you might do with your yard duty rosters or your timetables. So when you first sign up with an account, you will already have some basic school times set up in the system. They may suit the way your time periods are structured for your school, or they may not. When you go in here, there's a lot of data. It can get a little bit confusing or messy. We do have a visual preview button there that you can press, open up a visual preview to see how you have configured your periods and whether they're defined as classes, recess, before school, etc. When you first go in here, if these times work for you, fantastic. If they don't, you can simply go into the periods that you want to change the times, click in the start or the end time, and just type in a different time. So if you wanted to change these out to 50-minute periods, you can just go in there, type from 9 to 9:50. You'll need to go down to the next period, make sure that starts at 9:50, and work out when you want to actually finish that. Okay, so the label will automatically populate with some information, usually just the actual start and end times, but it might be better for you to give it a meaningful name like first period, start of day, second period, etc. For each of the days of the week, you do just need to define a category for what that time period is. This has a bearing on yard duty rosters and timetables. For the most part, you'll be choosing from things like before school, after school, assembly, lunch, recess, or the majority of the school will simply just be set as class. If you feel like all these times are just completely wrong for your school, you simply can go through, delete the entire time setup, and you can start from scratch. You can see here the label's been automatically generated, but we'll put in a more meaningful name and we'll label it as before school. The other option you've got here is to force the system to allow or disallow this period on this particular day to be used or to be blocked off in either rosters, the R, or timetables, the T. So if you want to make sure that this particular time period on a certain day can never have sessions placed in it, for instance, for the timetable, you can simply go through and turn these off, and that'll tell the system that this period is not allowed to be used for timetabling, or conversely, it's not allowed to be used for the yard duty rosters, for instance. We can turn things off like that if we need to. Again, you can keep bringing up the visual preview. Once you save it, those changes will be reflected, and you can see how your school time periods are set up and make sure they reflect the way you want to actually run your school. So for the most part, you'll probably be leaving all your regular periods as class and have them allowed for timetabling. You don't need to go in and turn them off for rostering, because when you create a roster, you can just choose to only bring in the time periods that match to what you're actually creating a yard duty roster for, which is usually going to be recess and lunch. So that really covers all you need to do in time setup. If you have any more questions or if you have any concerns, you can always reach out to us and contact us at support. But hopefully it's a straightforward process. Just match the details in here to the way you want to run your school and everything will work just fine. Thanks for watching.